He says to the guy, give me a scotch. Yeah, give me another scotch. Guy walks up and says, you new around here? He says, yeah, I am. He says, got a little trouble with your neck. He says, oh, no, I've been to every clinic. Guy says, look, I'm a chiropractor. He says, get away from me, give me a scotch. He says, it won't hurt you. He says, well, what the hell? He went, the guy, oh, my 20 years. Oh, God, give me a drink.
Buddy Hackett could walk onto any stage, tell a story that should have gotten him thrown off air, and leave with the audience completely on his side. This is Buddy Hackett being funny with zero effort. Hackett's duck joke puts Johnny Carson out of breath.
Now, this guy shoots a duck, and it falls and hits a barn and goes into a guy's yard. And he's trying to get this duck. And this farmer come out, big guy. He says, what are you doing in my yard? He said, I come to get the duck. He said, that's my duck. It's not your duck. This is my yard. That duck fell, hit my barn. It's not your duck. I shot the duck. Give me a break. You know, I'm from the city. You're from the city. Well, you don't understand about property, do you? It's my property. It's my duck. However, I'll give you a chance at the duck. We can settle this country style. I kick you in the groin, and then you kick me in the groin. And we take turns kicking each other in the groin. Who's ever left keeps the duck. The guy said, well, if that's what I gotta do. The farmer says, I go first, and he hauls off, whack! And the guy goes, ha ha, ha ha, whoa, whoa.
The unexpected payoff and Buddy's ability to tell the entire story without a stutter is the exact reason this joke is considered the funniest in Tonight Show history. The Japanese bathhouse joke.
Well, you Downs and I, we wouldn't go naked in the bath. We wore our jockey shorts. So I said, well, if I go there, I'll go naked in the bath. He said, you want to go? We're going to go. We're going to go. I said, okay, I'll go. Now, as a couple months pass, and we go to Tokyo. And we're going to the bath, and it's up on the 5th floor. And we're at the elevator going to the 5th floor. Now, I forgot that I sat with him, so I'm going to go naked. What's the difference to me? I want to get the laugh for the moment. He says, you're not going to get naked in the bath? I said, what? He said, you said you wouldn't get naked in the bath. Promise you won't get naked in the bath. Say you won't get naked in the bath. I said, okay, I won't get naked in the bath. I got naked in the elevator. I mean, what do I care? I don't know anybody in Japan.
A cultural misunderstanding in a Japanese bathhouse places Buddy in a setting where American privacy expectations have absolutely no operational authority over anyone. The surgery joke.
Guy goes to the doctor. And he says, hey, I've been talking this way all my life. I want to talk like a regular person. The doctor said, I have your file here, and having examined you, the only difference between you and other people is that you have been more sexually endowed than most people in the sense that in some place where you should have 2, you have 4. In other words, you can get a free pass to first base, is what the doctor said. So now...
The way he gradually escalates the absurd back and forth between the patient and doctor before the punchline is what makes this moment hilarious. Johnny Carson and Buddy's derby hat exchange.
I haven't the slightest idea what derby hat means.
Okay, a lady is walking along Delancey Street, New York, and there's a sign says, we will make you an 8x10 glossy photograph of any old photo you have. She walks in, she says, how much it's cost? He says, $5. She said, all right, I won't have it. She said, listen, I want to ask a question. He got on his face here a mole. If he would have lived more, he would have taken off that mole. But now, when you make that picture, could you take off? She said, the doctor was going to charge $15 to take off that mole. What do you charge? She said, nothing, I'll take it off. She said, all right. Now is out of style a derby hat. You see in that picture he's wearing a derby hat. Could you make that picture without a derby hat? He says, yes. How much cost? Nothing. He says, let me ask you a question. How did he wear his hair? She said, what, are you stupid? You'll take off his hat, you'll see.
Buddy studies the hat with the growing disbelief of someone who has been asked to inspect evidence of a crime and cannot determine which part to address first. The Filipino story has Johnny preparing his exit.
This is the Filipino. When I was a kid working in the Catskills, this is true. There was Leo was a Filipino salad man. And he used to say F for P and P for F. I said, how do you feel? He said, I feel bad today. I said, why? Well, Filipino feel bad when I have a bad day because I fucked the car by the fireflog. What? They say I fucked the car by the fireflog and the policeman give me a parking ticket. What? They said, well, if you're going to fuck the car by the fireflog, I have to write for you the fucking ticket.
Buddy introduces an accent and a verbal pattern that sends Johnny toward the door before the actual misunderstanding has landed in the conversation. The farmer and hunter animal joke.
It's hard to keep 2 rabbits on a fire escape in Brooklyn. They keep falling through the slot. And I had 2 rabbits, and I was raising these rabbits to take them in for... We used to meet in the basement of the school.
Right.
No one ever seen rabbits before, especially in, Jewish neighborhood. They didn't eat no rabbit meat.
No.
No, they wouldn't even test them for nothing. They used Jewish animals, a mink. So, I had these 2 rabbits, and they committed rabbit acts on one another. And pretty soon I had 4 rabbits, and then 8 rabbits. I had so many damn rabbits, I had to quit the Boy Scouts. I didn't have no time to do nothing. Luckily, I knew how to make knots, and I choked them.
A hunter enters a farmer's property expecting to negotiate from an obvious position of advantage and discovers that local custom in this particular county has terms no reasonable person would have agreed to, making fun of Carson's divorces.
Well, I'm married almost 20 already. I only got 7 more to go. You're married almost that long, aren't you?
What?
Well, I mean...
I would have been, yes.
I mean, if you add them up...
That's true.
Between you and Ed, you got 3 more wives or 4 more wives than me and Roy in about 30 more years of... And you make more payments to nobody than we make on the ranch.
Buddy and Johnny review their combined romantic history with the relaxed authority of men who have accumulated enough evidence to treat it as funny rather than instructive at this particular stage of their respective lives. Buddy's parking story breaks the audience.
There was Leo, was a Filipino salad man. And he used to say F for P and P for F. I said, how do you feel? He said, I feel bad today. I said, why? Well, Filipino feel bad when I have a bad day because I fogged the car by the fire plug. What? I said, I fogged the car by the fire plug and the policeman give me a parking ticket. What? He said, well, if you're going to fog the car by the fire plug, I have to write for you the fucking ticket. He says, it's not my fault. It's not my fault, fireman. It's my girlfriend said to fuck in that place because upstairs is the farting. We're going to have farting upstairs.
Buddy builds the whole routine around one word that sounds innocent until the surrounding conversation shifts its meaning, repeating the phrase with the care of someone planting evidence while his character stays genuinely unaware of the misunderstanding long enough for the gap between what he's saying and what everyone else is hearing to fully establish itself. The buttocks bit.
Now, New Orleans is a different type of Southern accent than the one I did before.
That's Texas, the other one, yeah.
The other one
Southern
was
Texas, yeah,
Texas. This is New Orleans. And there's a father, and he's got a 4-year-old and a 6-year-old. And they took him for something to eat. And the waitress said to the 6-year-old, what do you have, sugar? He said, I have a goddamn cheeseburger. And his daddy hit him right alongside the head, knocked him out the chair. And the waitress tried to cover up and said to the 4-year-old, what do you have, honey? He says, you bet your sweet buttocks I ain't ordering no dang cheeseburger.
Being ordered to substitute the word buttocks gives Buddy a broadcasting restriction he immediately identifies as more useful than whatever he originally planned to say, testing different tones and sentence constructions around the approved term while technically honoring the censor's instruction and dismantling everything it was designed to protect. Johnny's laughter comes from watching Buddy follow the network requirement with a sincerity that somehow makes the situation worse. With each use of the approved word generating a laugh the forbidden version would never have produced. Guessing the country with the highest ratio of doctors.
Continue, if I may. Buddy, what country has the highest ratio of doctors to population?
The country with the most Jews. I guess. I would say Israel. You have a doctor in every family. It's a cousin, could be an uncle, could be. But every family's got a connection, a doctor, couple of specialists.
Well?
Buddy ought to know. I'll agree.
You agree with that?
It's Israel. He's right.
It is?
Thanks, buddy.
A Hollywood Squares question about which country has the highest ratio of doctors gives Buddy the choice between trivia and something more interesting, and he answers by identifying the country with the largest Jewish population without explaining why these two facts are being offered as equivalent responses. The answer initially sounds like Buddy has abandoned the quiz entirely, leaving the host uncertain whether to treat it as comedy or a trivia answer. Then the discovery that it points to the factually correct country converts the apparent evasion into accurate trivia delivered through a completely unexpected route. Going to get a pizza pie with Dean Martin.
You have children. How many?
I got 3.
3.
Yeah, he went like this.
No, you got 3, haven't you?
I had
What are
3.
their names?
You don't know hard questions. There's Sandy, he's the oldest. And then there's Ivy, and then there's Lisa. You know that when Sherry was expecting Sandy, you know, she didn't tell me that she was expecting a baby. Did Jeannie tell you when she was expecting a baby?
Oh, yeah, I could see.
Oh, yeah, I could see, too, but the way I eat, I figure she takes up my patterns, that's all. We both were eating the same thing. Then she went to the hospital and got skinny, and I'm walking around like this, right?
Dean begins the pizza sketch with the relaxed musical confidence of someone who has controlled every exchange on his own program for years, while Buddy enters as a disruptive partner who interprets every lyrical moment through appetite and the practical priorities of someone who genuinely needs the pizza to arrive rather than treating its arrival as an opportunity for extended musical reflection.
What do you mean, did she tell me? Didn't she tell you she was having a baby?
No! How I find out in the middle of the night, she woke me up and she sent me for pizza pie. So that's how I found out.
She sent you for a pizza pie?
Yeah, and it was snowing. Like, here's what happened. I'm sleeping, right? So I'm sleeping, and in my sleep, I'm dreaming I'm sleeping. You know? That's a swell thing, you know, like I'm enjoying 2 sleeps. You get 2 for 1, you know?
Oh, yeah, you're sleeping inside of your sleep.
Yeah, in my sleep, I'm dreaming. So then I hear this, Bud! Bud! I said, what? She says, are you sleeping? I said, no, I'm weaving a Navajo rug. So she says like this, you know what I would like? I say, what is it, oh princess of denial? They like that kind of stuff, you know?
Their opposing styles create comedy before either man reaches a punchline, since Dean's elegance and Buddy's streetwise urgency occupy such different positions that every shared moment confirms neither has adjusted for the other. Buddy also knows precisely when to let Dean's musical charm breathe, which prevents the interruptions from becoming exhausting and keeps Dean a genuine equal rather than a straight man. And Carson noted that their competing priorities felt less like a written premise and more like 2 people with different objectives recorded simultaneously while pursuing them. The girl joke.
This blonde, well, she wasn't blonde, really. She was just a girl.
All right.
Her hair might have been blonde at that time, but we don't know the original.
I see.
She's magnificent. Her perfume is exquisite. Wafting from her toward your nostrils, even your hair stands up. And she says to this guy, for $200, or she said it this way, for $200, I'll do anything you want me to do. You getting nervous again?
No.
Buddy establishes the setup quickly and allows the characters' separate understandings of the same conversation to carry the routine, with the woman hearing one meaning while the man continues speaking from an entirely different understanding. And Buddy preserves that separation by shifting expression and vocal attitude between perspectives without anyone announcing the transitions. The audience identifies the misunderstanding before either character does, creating the specific pleasure of watching 2 people approach the same conclusion from incompatible directions, and his restrained delivery prevents the joke from sounding overworked despite the wording being carefully arranged. Carson mentioned that the girl joke was one he returned to most often when explaining to younger comedians what Buddy understood about audience psychology, which was that recognition of a misunderstanding happening to characters who don't know about it is a more reliable comic engine than any punchline that can only land once. Kid's last bullfight sketch with Dean Martin and Charles Nelson Riley.
The breath. Oh, the bad bull got a terrible breath. Oh, he can melt a Toretto horn.
I see.
See, and also the bad bull go like this. Look, boing, 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 and a good bull go.
Thank you so much. It's a great honor to meet you. We've heard from the challenger. Now let us meet the champ.
Trick or treat.
You want to talk about a gay caballero? Ho, ho, ho.
Buddy joins Dean and Charles Nelson Riley in a sketch where three performers with completely different comic energies share the same scene without accommodating each other, creating sustained tension that makes the sequence more interesting than any version performed by three comedians with matching instincts who would simply resolve the friction rather than use it. Dean supplies calm detachment, Charles brings theatrical anxiety that escalates with each new development, and Buddy occupies the space between them with blunt physical reactions that comment on both positions without aligning with either, making Charles appear more frantic simply by remaining still, then making Dean's calm look dangerous by reacting with sudden alarm at something Dean has chosen to ignore. Buddy's timing shows genuine ensemble discipline since he never takes a pause another performer needs, and Dean told a producer after the taping that working with Buddy in an ensemble was different because Buddy was constantly making invisible adjustments that strengthened the scene without announcing themselves as adjustments, which is a skill most performers never develop because most contexts don't specifically require it. Which of the Buddy Hackett funny moments in this video made you laugh the hardest? Drop your answer in the comments and hit subscribe so you never miss another classic from one of the most naturally funny performers American television ever managed to put in front of a camera.